All right, so today's tool of the day is this Harbor Freight Central Nomadic. It is a 50-foot retractable air hose. It's rated for 250 PSI and it comes with 1/4-inch fittings. Now I'm going to put it on the wall a little far away from my compressor, and I wanted this color combination and because I have a DeWalt pressure washer which I'm going to have right under it, and it looks kind of cool. I like my tools to kind of match. So you know, it has the red hose, you know, some of the red stuff behind me, and the black. So it is priced well. It's under $100, and like I say, you know, it is from Harbor Freight. So we're gonna go ahead and install it. I did make a little platform for it out of wood because I am going to be installing it on the drywall. It is a little heavy, so I wanted to make sure that I have enough support. So if you're going to install it in concrete, you could bypass that. Or if you still want the platform, you know, you could install that. So we're gonna go ahead over all those little details, what tools, and you know, do a little review on it and see how it performs. So don't forget to like and follow. We have great videos coming and you don't want to miss them. If you have any questions, also let me know, or suggestions. All right, thanks for watching. Let's get to it. All right, so this is the actual box it comes in. So we're talking about, you could floor mount it, you could wall mount it, or ceiling mount it, which is pretty nice. And like I said, you have the 4 rollers here to protect the hose once you're reeling it in. Your stopper, brass fittings, it's only one-sided. You know, it is a little heavy. Item number 93897, and you can get these at Harbor Freight online or at their store. All right, so it does have this nice, you know, coil right here to protect it from the edges of the metal. And you have, you know, your 1/4-inch fitting right there. So like I said, it's a one-sided, you know, nice and strong. You know, once you're going to go mount it, take the hose out of it so it's lighter and it's easier to install your bolts. Since I'm installing it on drywall, I'm making a nice little platform which I painted, and I countersink the bolts there so they're nice and flush. So I'm using these guys right here. I also like to upgrade all my air to high flow Flexilla fittings, and I also like to do my compressor right here, which I have the Flexilla. I left a standard one just in case if somebody needs to borrow my little 8-gallon compressor. Also, I went straight to the tank with a non-regulated Flexilla high flow. And I also installed a air cooler and a fan on my compressor directly on it with a water separator at the bottom to get rid of the moisture, and it works absolutely amazing. So I'll put the link up at the end if you want to check that out. If you want to improve the quality of your air and the moisture in your compressor, that will be actually the best thing you can do. And it wasn't, you know, that crazy expensive. So with that said, let's get to it, guys. Let's install it, let's review it, and hopefully if you have any questions, let me know. All right, so basically right here is where I have the metal stud. Using one of these little guys, you have a little level there. It gives you center of the stud. More or less gives you an idea. Been using this thing for years and absolutely love it. I put the links below. So I'm going to use the studs, and then I'm going to use 3 butterflies on the right side. This is drywall. This is concrete. I wish I could do it here, but you know, I wanted to put it in this little cubby section here behind the cabinet. But yeah, definitely heavy. I got to take out the hose so I can work with it. I'm going to go ahead and put the little wood first, and you know, then I'll go ahead and you know, mount it after I put the wood. Alright guys, so you know, once you set up the wood, if you're going to do it on drywall, this is going to go into the metal, and these anchors, butterfly anchors, are going to go into the actual drywall. So like I say, the screws are nice and flush, and they're nice and tight, so they're ready to rock and roll. So once I put this on, make sure if you're going to do it, put label top, because it's a little bit off, but right now it should be perfect. So let's get to it. like I mentioned before, high flow Flexilla fittings. I absolutely love them because they already come like compressed. So all you gotta do is put your tool in. To pull it out, then you do have to pull it back, but to put in the tool, you don't have to open it. So sometimes when you've got stuff in your hands, fantastic. So we're gonna go ahead and put a little Teflon on there. See what I'm talking about? All you gotta do is go like that, and that's it. Then you have to release it. But to put it in, perfect. I'll put some of the links below. Absolutely the best fittings I've ever owned. You know, it feels pretty sturdy. Now, it does come with like a wax on the hose, possibly for protection. So you might want to clean it up a little bit, because as soon as you reel it back in, it's going to drag all the dust from your shop. I always release all the air pressure out of my air hoses. So, you know, that's the way I've done it forever. I've never had a, you know, an actual hose break on me or anything like that, but it looks fantastic on the wall. You know, pretty much centered in this little cubby section here, which is kind of like what I wanted. You could always move this if you want to, you know, a little further up, you know, further this way, so that way the hose is like in more. I might do that. I might move that over here somewhere, but then it's going to be in the way. But for that, so far, so good. Let's go ahead and put the whip hose. All right, guys, so I ended up getting Harbor Freight 25-footer 3/8 hose, Merlin. Very nice, very strong. So we're gonna go ahead and add these little, you know, these little clips right here, so I could, you know, put it like that, make it look a little bit better. I was gonna run a copper pipe, but you know, a lot of issues with fittings and things like that. So this it's gonna have to work like this. So. Alright, so it's done. So, like I say, this is a 25-foot Merlin hose. You know, it's got the little black, you know, wood platform that I did. So if it would have been concrete, I would have not used the wood, obviously. I'll give it a little extra strength because it is a little bit heavy. So, so far, feels great. All right, very nice for the price. You can't beat it. So, you know, right now it's full of air. You know, like I said, I got the Flexilla, or you could get another brand. It doesn't have to be Flexilla. You know, Flexilla have pretty nice also hoses for air, water, a couple other stuff. But yeah, they're very nice. I really do like these fittings. Can't wait to, you know, use it. You know, and the reason why I picked the yellow, because like I mentioned, I do have, I'll show you now once I put all the stuff back, my generator and my pressure washer are yellow and black. So kind of like, you know, breaks the pattern of all the red stuff that I have in black. All right. So very nice product. I will recommend it. You know, go out there and get one. And it looks pretty sweet. You know, the hose, you know, feels pretty nice too. It doesn't feel flimsy. And what I like about it, another thing to consider, okay, this is 1/4 inch. The Merlin's also 1/4 inch. Now they have, I think the earthquake stuff, it's 3/8. Some people have complained that they have to go get adapters. Yes, you know, you do have to go get an adapter, not for this one, but if you do get a different hose. So make sure before you buy it, double check, make sure that, you know, this one's a 1/4, that's a 1/4. So it always tells you on the package. But I believe the other one, I wanted to get the blue one because it matched with my Cox reel stuff, which is blue with a blue hose. But you know, it's like $400 for the air. And honestly, you know, for what I use it, this kind of looks cool next to my you know, black and red Craftman stuff. So this is where I keep my compressor. So all I do when I'm done, I unplug it. I empty out the water separator that I have on the bottom there. And check out the link at the end. I grabbed this compressor and I did a basically a modification. I put an air cooler on it. This thing is a beast. Water separator before it goes into the tank. So 550 CFM. That thing cools awesome. So if you're gonna paint, if you want no water in your tank, this is the way to do it. Check out the link at the end. Check out the video. It's a really nice, simple little setup that I did there. Put a little switch right here. There's different ways of doing it. So, once I'm done, I disconnect my hose because sometimes I don't use it for 3 weeks at a time, and I don't want to have any moisture in the tank. So empty out your tank every single time you stop using it. And install one of these. You could go a little bit bigger if you have a bigger tank, and it'll save you a lot of headache, having moisture in your line. So, and next to my cabinets, there's the Rio. So it looks really nice, and this is all I need for now. 50 feet, 3/8 hose, Harbor Freight. There you go. Central pneumatic. All right, guys. Let me see if I show you a picture of what my my equipment looks like here. Kind of like matches everything. So with that said, thanks for watching.